Today's just the start of the Big 12 and Power 5 talk to come. Listen to JJ and Alex Monday on your drive home. Afternoons from 3 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Yeah, welcome back. It is 1st and 12. Happy Sunday to you. Macy's Happy Shopping. That's who brings you the program every Sunday right here on KSL News Radio and on the KSL Sports Zone. I'm Alex Kirry. He's Mitch Harper. Yes, we've got a lot to break down this week, of course, and we're all over the place because the Big 12, Mitch, is all over the place. And with Utah falling last night to TCU, another weird chapter in what's going on this season for Utah. I think everyone was hopeful, and certainly I think you still can be, that this TCU and Houston stretch, now they head down to Houston. But after losing to TCU last night and only putting up 7 points against the TCU team that, by the way, lost to Houston, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Either way, it's a head-scratcher, and there's a lot to figure out for Utah. They have a pretty darn good defense, but not enough to be able to withstand the TCU Horned Frogs. Here's Kyle Whittingham in the postgame. His reaction to his team, trying to pull things together now, having lost 3 straight.
Very proud of our defense. I can start with that. To hold that crew to 13 points from what they've been doing this year with really essentially no help, field position-wise or staying off the field. Very proud of the defenders. Very proud. Obviously, we got some work to do. On the offensive side of the ball, I guess we're fine other than not being able to score points, make first downs, run the ball, throw the ball efficiently, make a conversion on 3rd or 4th down. Other than that, I think we're okay, but not doing much. And so that I guess the positive is we know exactly where our problem lies, and what we got to do to fix it is our job as coaches, and players are playing hard. I'll give them that. They're all playing hard. Not throwing any player under the bus. Just tough to figure out. If you would have told me we'd hold them to 13 points, I thought we'd win 20 out of 20 times. And wasn't to be. So special teams didn't do us any favors. Punt blocked early, although we survived it and ended up getting out of that one unscathed. That was disappointing. When we punt like a dozen times, and we punted a bunch tonight. But it's very obvious, like I said, there's no mystery as to what our issues are, and it's shown up for 3 weeks in a row now, and so we've got to look at everything really hard in the next 24 to 48 hours and make some tough decisions and see where we're at. So, questions?
Kyle, kind of as you mentioned, there will have to be some tough decisions moving forward. From an offensive personnel standpoint, is there going to be any changes made to who's going to be potentially making the play calls? I mean, is that even in
everything's up in the air right now. Everything's up for evaluation, and we will evaluate.
Do you feel like this offense can be fixed this season?
Sure hope so. But last 3 games have not been very encouraging. But I know I'll keep working and trying to figure things out. And just have to see what happens.
Kyle, Isaac gave a lot of credit to TCU's defense. How much do you think was that, and how much was just poor execution?
They played hard on defense. They had a nice scheme. They brought the safeties down low, knowing that we'd probably try to run the ball. And we only got 65 yards rushing. Can't protect the quarterback either. That's another thing we didn't do. 4 sacks. But give them credit. Give them all the credit. They had a plan and they executed it. And we just couldn't get anything going. We had the one drive. We didn't reach the red zone one time. Our touchdown that we did have was from distance. And so we got plenty on our plate to keep us busy the next, till we line up and play again.
It was insignificant in the game ultimately, but did they give you an explanation for why it wasn't roughing the kicker versus?
Yeah, they said they didn't hit his plant leg. On the replay, it looks like that's all they hit was the plant leg, but that was their interpretation.
With Isaac in the second half, he seemed to open up pretty good and get that big play with Money Park and get that touchdown. what are you seeing from him that you saw as a positive and other areas that you'd like to see improve in?
Well, he's a fighter. He's a kid that is a competitor, maybe even a better word. He's got a lot of confidence in himself. He doesn't get skittish. He just keeps coming back and playing hard and that was a good throw, good play. It was the highlight of the game offensively was that one play, and we just he's a freshman. He's a true freshman. It's a learning curve, and it's not it's not completely surprising that we're not performing better throwing the football, but didn't expect to be the run game to be so poor tonight. That was really the biggest disappointment, is something that we had been decent at.
You guys went to more of a spread attack. Do you feel like the game plan tonight maximized his strengths?
That's a good question. I mean, you want to maximize strengths, but you also want to minimize turnovers and take care of the football and all that. So there's a fine line there, but you could get too conservative and not let it open up enough to have him have better opportunities. But we'll watch the film and see what that says.
It's not often that you get booed at your home stadium going into.
Yeah, hey, fans pay their money. They have a right to do whatever they want. Yeah, they paid money for the tickets, and if they're not happy and that's the way they want to react, guys have played a lot of good football through the years and given them a lot of positive things to be excited about, but certainly in the last few games have not been anything to be excited about for those guys. Two of them being at home.
And that was Utah head coach Kyle Whittingham after the Utes fall to TCU 13-7. 3 straight losses now in Big 12 play. Utes are 4-3, 1-3 in Big 12 play, and effectively, Alex, they're now eliminated from the Big 12 championship race. No team in Big 12 conference history has made the league championship game with 3 losses. So it's in a league where it's 16 teams and you've still got a couple undefeated squads. I think Utah's eliminated, honestly, from now getting the Big 12 title game.
Well, and guess what? Like, you have a lot bigger fish to fry than that right now. You got to figure a lot more things out. If you're Kyle Whittingham. Like, I know a lot of people are going, well, if they went out, they could possibly be a part of this. It's like, great. But, like, the reality is there is so much going on right there in that program that is a mess. And the first thing you got to do is figure out how to make your freshman quarterback, who's obviously talented, but let's get him more comfortable in that Andy Ludwig offensive system. And frankly, I don't know if Andy Ludwig's style of offense is going to last that much longer in Utah if they can't figure it out. I mean, if it only worked with one guy over the past 4 years, then maybe there's something to reconsider here for that offense. And I'm not asking for anybody's job. What I'm saying is maybe some things just need to be looked at again on how they're going to approach having Isaac Wilson be their guy in the future if it's going to be that way. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got more to go right around the corner. Let's get to our Big 12 headlines around the corner. I mean, what a wild conference. What a wild weekend for this conference. We'll come right back. More to go. It's 1st and 12, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone and KSL News Radio. Mitch, Harper, Alex, Kirry. Happy Sunday to you. We'll be right back.